Welcome to the studio, Anime. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You know, why did you get into music? Like, what is it? What inspired you to start writing?
To start writing was that I always wrote down my thoughts and my feelings since I was young. It was more of a journaling thing. And then when I discovered that I liked singing, I would always try to turn them into lyrics. So I started writing songs when I was probably like 11 or 12. It's just a form of self-expression for me and a way to like communicate how I'm feeling, because I feel like I feel emotions pretty intensely and I can't communicate when I'm feeling that way, so this is one of those ways. This song, the reason I decided to record it is just that this is definitely like the basis of my sound, and I think it's important the first thing you release that's kind of like who you are as an artist at first, and also because this was one of the first songs that I finished writing, so I could actually record it. My experience was really nice. We just went in super late at night. I went in 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. and I was with two of my close friends and then Jay, the producer who owns the studio, but also I'm close friends with, and it was just really nice to be in an atmosphere where I felt comfortable with everybody there, and that, you know, my close friend Rachel that did the piano, she already knew the history behind the song, so when I couldn't explain to the producer what I needed, she was just kind of my right-hand man there. The song came about in an odd way compared to all my other songs that just kind of come to me and I kind of just write it down on the go or just run down to my piano to write a melody quick. I wrote this song 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago in November, and I remember I was with some of my friends and we were out the night before Thanksgiving. I had just recently broken up with my boyfriend at the time, a few weeks prior, and I just remember I was feeling very emotional, and I think what was happening was I was out having a good time with my friends and I had wished he was there with me, and I was feeling really upset, and so I decided, actually the person that recorded the piano, I reached out to her and I was just saying I'm feeling upset, and I was outside of the place we were at. She told me to write a song, and I remember being mad that she told me that. I just wanted to go home, and I was reaching out to my friend because I almost wanted her to take care of me in a sense, but I couldn't do that because we weren't together. And so she just told me to write out how I was feeling. And so I did, just in my notes. Basically, the next day we were talking and she had said, I sent the lyrics to her and she said, are you gonna write a melody to this? And I felt so emotionally attached to the lyrics, I couldn't even explore what it would be like on piano. So I sent her the lyrics and I said, you just write a melody if you want. But I honestly, I didn't really have any interest in even looking at that again. And I remember she took the lyrics and she wrote a 4-chord chord progression to it and she sent it back to me. I was emotional listening to it. It's so weird how obviously lyrics are how you feel in the song. That's what you're, you know, portraying. But even the chord progression that she originally came up with was, it's just, it was like she was inside of my brain and wrote the song from there, so organic. I just loved it, and I have this little recording of her from 2 years ago still on my phone that I go back and listen to. I was actually going through my phone earlier this year and I found it and I fell in love with the song again. And so I wrote more lyrics on it and decided that that was the first song that I was gonna put out. And I decided that pretty early on, actually, in the summer. Before I went and scheduled the session, I asked her if she could play the piano for the song. And of course she said yes. And so my friend that recorded the piano is the one that actually wrote the chord progression for the song, and we actually wrote the song together, which is pretty special that it's my first song that I'm releasing. The premise of the song is about being in a place where you are done with whoever this person you were with. They're not in your life anymore, and you're trying to reach out, but they're kind of saving you the heartache and just not meeting you halfway. Towards the end of the song, I realized that, you know, I'm yearning for someone to take care of me when this whole time I could have been taking care of myself. So I know people will, but I'd rather have them not experience the first part of the song and just have the realization of the second part where they have confidence in themselves that when they're in a rough place, they turn to themselves or people that are in their life and not somebody that isn't in their life for a pretty good reason, so.